Hey guys, welcome back to the Homesteaders channel. My name is Becky, and today I'm just gonna show you around what's growing on the homestead in the month of July in Zone 9 in Central Florida. Now we are in the thick of summer. It's very hot. Heat indexes are way over 120. It is hurricane season, so it is prime time for all thunderstorms and hurricane-like storms at night. We are definitely getting crazy lightning storms. There was one last night. It was just monsoon rains, and just things are thriving that are native. So I'll go ahead and walk around with you and show you what's growing around on the homestead. You establish native and perennial plants in Florida, you reap the benefits later on. So I'm going to show you a couple of trees. I'm going to show you a couple of trees that you can plant and you can get food from. I'm not sure what type of bird that is. Moringa is one of those. You can plant and you can see them throughout the year and throughout years as they die back in the fall and they flourish in spring and summer. I have a couple of moringa trees on the property, and these right here, I think there's about 2 here, maybe about 3 or 4 here and 2 there. And they can grow pretty close together, and they can grow very large. That's why we cut them back, so they can be a little bit more easier to harvest. And these leaves are what you want. I'll get you a little closer here. Oh, kind of hard there. Here we go. So this is moringa that's growing on the property. This is food. This is the most nutrient dense tree or leaves in the world. I'll link some videos in the description box of how I process and harvest these leaves, but this is food, and you can have an abundance of it here as it grows very well in the heat and loves all the rain when it comes. So we have some moringa here, a lot of it on the property that's growing really well. Now, I was flower farming for a little bit, and I had to close my farm down because I am selling this property and it hasn't sold yet, so I'm really trying to just clean it up. So I have raised beds here that had flowers and they've just died back. So I just have flowers that are no more, and so I have a lot of that growing on the property. It's very ugly because I haven't really cleaned it up much, but I can definitely replace that with some sunflowers or zinnias, which grow really well now here if I'm not selling them. So I have some beds over here. So these are just overgrown flowers that I have to pull. There's still drip there, and some big weeds are growing as well, but nothing really for me to use. Amongst the weeds and bananas, we have this beauty right here. It is called shampoo ginger. Thanks to my lovely friend who gifted me a cutting, I think about maybe 2 years ago. I have shampoo ginger. Now, this has completely died to the ground and came back up. So it's gone through a lot. It loves water. So if you have it next to like a pond or something, or if you put it in a location on your property that floods, this is a perfect plant to put there. It loves water, and it thrives. And the leaves are pretty cool and very abundant, but the whole point of shampoo ginger is to actually get the flower so you can squeeze, and shampoo will come out like a natural soap that you can put like in your hair. And finally, I have gotten a flower, and it's right over there. It's so beautiful, and I am super excited to see it grow. Now it's supposed to be like a red. I'll show you a picture on the side here how it's supposed to look like when it's fully grown, but right now it just came up for the first time, so I'm excited to see. The flowers on the side here were closed this morning and now they have opened up. So that is the flower. And the shampoo ginger. Super cool plant to have. I definitely will take many cuttings for myself when I leave and have to plant at my new property. So I'm going to do that with everything that I have on the property. Even these bananas, small bananas, I can probably take 10 or 15 banana trees from here and plant them in my new property. So just bananas and shampoo ginger right now. Now this is all of my banana trees. I have over 20 at this point, maybe, I don't know, maybe close to 100 banana trees on my property. And I really do have to cut a lot of them down as they grew so many bananas that died off. So as soon as a banana tree produces fruit, it is done and it's dead and it's not going to grow any more fruit, and you have to cut it down so it can decompose. It's called chop and drop. You just chop it down and it will decompose and create great soil, but I haven't been able to do that. As you see, this is a really big section of banana trees, and I do have one rack of bananas growing, and I'll show you on the other side. It's a little bit better, you can see. All right, I'm on the other side of where the bananas are, and my rack of bananas are right over there. So they are doing well. They're plumping up, as you can see. The top ones, or on the one side of it, is filling out nicely. So I have one rack growing right now. So, and these are all the bananas. Now with my raised beds, I don't have anything growing. They're just all weeds, but this is voluntary arugula. So this is all arugula here. I mean, it'll probably be tasting very bitter, but technically this is food. So I have a bunch of arugula here growing now. Now I have my plumera, which grew a beautiful flower earlier. I'll show a picture of that here. But yes, definitely looking a little yellow, but it's okay. I'm not really taking care of it. Just letting the rain, there's no irrigation going to it. I have here some flowers I planted a long time ago, and they're perennials, so they just come back. And then I have here a lot of sweet potatoes. So I didn't grow these. I didn't plant these. This bed had sweet potatoes. Harvested them, took them out when you can never take all of them out, but I thought I took all of them out. Then I put garlic in here, grew garlic, and then I started seeing sweet potatoes growing again. So I just let it go, and it's crazy now. Also have here a grapevine. It's not doing great, but it's kind of taken over by the sweet potatoes. But yeah, so these are sweet potatoes here. You can actually use the leaves and you can put them in salads, and I mean, they're nutrient dense as well. So these are definitely edible. So you can definitely eat sweet potatoes leaves, and yeah, use them in recipes. So it's very multifunctional plant. So sweet potatoes are growing always in Central Florida if you have a garden. I have another large moringa tree. I cut it down like right here, and it's just taken off. It's really big, so I'm gonna have to cut it back significantly for the fall, if my house hasn't been sold by then. But yes, this is a huge moringa tree. It's beautiful. Another little moringa tree, which I thought died, but started growing from the bottom. So this is a little small one. Now I'm very, very excited about this. This is native. This is American Beauty Berry, and I did not plant this. It started growing, and I realized what it was, and I let it grow. I didn't realize I had one right here. So I was really excited. It's a huge bush. American Beauty bush, and you can tell it starts very small like that, and then it starts producing flowers. So it starts like this, then it goes into flowers like that, and then it'll start with those little green berries, and then you can see here it starts coloring. So they start green, but then they get red and purple color in color. So you can see here they're getting nice color. There's another one here. You can see the different colors fading into purple. This one right here looks great. Look at all those berries. This is just tons and tons of berries here. So awesome. I'm actually gonna make a video of how I make bug repellent with the leaves. So you can actually use these leaves to repel insects, and then you can eat the berries and make jelly out of it. So that's what I'm planning to do with all these berries. So we have peach and peach and an apple tree, which is not doing anything because we don't prune them, take care of them or anything. But right here there's one, and there's a moringa tree right growing up. So that's big. And then we have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elderberry bushes, which I harvested. I'll show you a harvest I did just last week. And there's still more that I will be harvesting soon. As you can see here, when they get really black, that's when it's ready to harvest. So there's still some on these bushes. So I'm excited to have another harvest of elderberries. This one is ready to go. I will go ahead and link the video I have showing you how I process elderberries. This is also a native that I didn't plant, that it was already growing here, and this is a hibiscus. I'll show you the hibiscus flower right on the screen, and so you can use that for teas. Very useful. Now I had to actually come in for a little bit because my phone shut off on me because it's too hot. I don't know if that happens to anybody else, maybe just people in Florida or really hot climates, that if you use your phone and you're outside, phone will literally shut down on you. It will give you a warning saying temperature, it's too hot, and it kind of shuts down the phone because your phone is overheating. So I had to do that for a little bit, because I was outside and it was so hot. It's about, let's see, 97. I'll show you. Actually, it's about 98 degrees outside and 122 degrees index. All right, I showed you some of the things that are growing just around the property, and I do have some things that are kind of controlled in my green stock. So I've moved a lot of my green stocks in storage, and I just kept one so I can have some herbs and things like that, because I still want to plant and garden just a little bit. Here I have some rosemary in my green stock. There's things that have died, so I just have to take out weeds and plant things that I'll think of. But this is all rosemary here that I have. And then I have some basil here on this side. I put it strategically on this side so it can get some shade. So that's my green stock, nothing much going on in there. But I will be filling it up pretty soon. So in Florida, you can garden in July, but you have to let native plants thrive. You really can't grow the things that you get at the grocery store, like peppers, tomatoes, lettuce, just like the normal things that all of other people grow, which is what, everybody else kind of grows in the United States, where it gets hot or warm and their frost is gone. For us, we don't really have that issue. Here in Florida, we can't really grow those things when it gets warm and hot, just because it gets really warm and hot that you can't grow anything that is like that. But doesn't mean you can't grow anything here in Florida. You just have to have a good guide on what to grow at what time in the summer. This is not outside. It can definitely be planted outside, but I have it inside, and this is a Vicks plant. So I have this growing, and here it was gifted to me, and it's just growing so great. It's all the way over here. It's such a cool plant, but I am growing my own Vicks. There's actually a lot of things that I would be growing, but they actually died because I didn't really take care of them. I usually right now would have some chaya. I'll put them up on the screen so you can know what they look like. They're like green leaves that are really heat tolerant, and you can definitely eat them. So there's chaya, katuk, and longevity spinach, Largo spinach. All those types of spinaches that I just mentioned are something that would be growing right now in July, and like in a food forest, or even now in just any container or raised bed that you have in Zone 9, at least in Florida. You can definitely grow those very abundantly now in the month of July. So that's what's growing around my Central Florida homestead in the month of July. So we're at the tail end of July, so I know in August is when it's a great time to start planting things for the fall. So actually I'll leave a link in the description box of what to plant in August in Zone 9. And so you can kind of look through what will be started at that month. Right now I have a couple of sourdough and other things I'm baking for the week. It's Sunday, and that's what I do on Sundays. I make all my breads for the week. So I hope you enjoyed my little mini kind of garden tour of my homestead in the month of July. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and I would love to meet you in the comments section. Say hello. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay well, friends.